Alright, folks, welcome back to Gambino Gaming. I'm your host, Gambino. Today we're going to talk about post All Star. I can't be the only one who thinks that the All Star break has lost its pizzazz. It's just downright boring up until now. And it's been like this for quite a few years now. I feel like it's lost the spark, what brings on the interest. And this year was better. There was its bright moments, but at the same time, it's the same stuff every year. Man, they added that new score cap thing in the fourth quarter, which is okay, I guess, but it's nothing to die over. Um, but from Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Friday, obviously you have your skills challenge and your celebrity game, and you can't tell me that the skills challenge is something that we have to have. We have to test the skills of these NBA players. Not only are they NBA players, but they made the All Star game. Cut it the fuck out. We don't need that. And in my personal opinion, I think there's an easy way to fix that by replacing the skills challenge with either a 1v1 tournament bracket with players who are part of the All Star game. They have to opt in. You can't just be like, no, I don't want to play. You're an All Star. You have to at the show to play, or a game of horse. Just imagine seeing a game of horse with guys like Kyrie or Steph Curry or Damian Lillard. You got to pull up from 4 quarters of the court and make it. It would just be, in my opinion, a lot more entertaining because you were testing the skills, doing these weaving in and out of cones and throwing the ball into a basket, stuff that they do on a regular basis. It's not something that we need to time them and make it a big deal about. That doesn't make any sense. Part two of Friday is the celebrity game. Perfectly fine. You have these celebrities that have hooping ability to show up to hoop, and that's perfectly cool. But I think that you can't have guys like Richard Jefferson or any previous NBA players attempt to be in the celebrity game because you're handicapping the other competitors because you have actual talent. And I think they should ban DK Metcalf after how he played. Motherfucker got a double double and was out there dunking and blocking shit. Looked like baby Zion. Ridiculous. So let's move on to Saturday. 3-point contest and the dunk competition. The 3-point contest is always a hit or miss. I think Yuta Watanabe, Yuta the shooter, definitely should have been there. The guy was leading the league in 3-point shooting percentage. Why did he make it? Politics, I guess. I don't know. Your guess is as good as mine. I think they should start adding further distances for more valued points because you have guys like Steph and Dame who pull up from the parking lot and shooting from the locker room. They should be able to use that in the 3-point competition at their benefit. Um, but that's just my personal opinion because I think it would add a little bit more to it if guys are like, screw going for around the arc, let me pull up from the other 3-point line and try to see if I can hit this shot. The dunk contest. The dunk contest. The dunk contest. That's the easiest one to fix because at this point it's just the names that we're missing. Um, we don't have any superstars in there like we did. No Vince Carter's, no Tracy McGrady's, Prom Blake Griffin, Baron Davis, Jason Richardson, Sean Kemp, Michael Jordan. The list of guys that have been in the dunk competition prior goes on and on and on. And it just seems like as the years have gone on, those names have diminished tremendously. No offense to the guys that were in the dunk competition this year because those guys could dunk. And shout out to Matt McClung, Southwest Virginia, very own, putting on for the G League guys and the guys from Southwest Virginia. But you gotta put the big guys gotta go in there. You gotta put your Zion, LeBron, your Westbrook, John Morant, Donovan Mitchell. He's been in it, but you gotta have the guys who have that it factor, that attention grabbing dunkers with a following to increase the viewing of the All Star game. And that would really bring in more viewers and make the All Star game in itself seem more entertaining for the dunk competition in its own. Because up to this point, it's just like you got the man guys in there, guys who can boom, but who's really showing up to watch Mac McClung? Like, who actually knew who Mac McClung was prior to the dunk competition? Because if you see his Instagram, the numbers jumped up tremendously after that master class that he put on Saturday. And I'm not taking any jabs at any of the guys that were in the dunk competition. It's just I miss seeing those guys that were the superstars, the Blake Griffins, the Blake Griffins. Like, you can't tell me that prom Blake Griffin, prom Dwight Howard, even guys like Nate Robinson were putting on masterclass dunk competitions. It seems like the last time we had a masterclass dunk competition was Levine versus Gord. And that might, in a lot of people's eyes, go down to be the greatest dunk competition of all time. And I can't hold them on that because that, God, boy, them dudes they was out there putting on a show. I guess, next would be the All-Star Game in general. This year wasn't bad, but like it has been for the plethora of many years, it's just layup lines like Jaylen Brown said. It's just glorified layup line. Just guys go out there to score buckets. There's no defense getting played until damn near the end of the fourth quarter when you got to score 180 whatever points. That's the cap for the end of the game. They need to buckle back in and start having these guys play for something important. Because I know my brother was talking about that in the MLB. He believes that the All-Star Game, the side that wins gets home field advantage in the World Series. I'm not really too sure about that. I'd have to do my research. But he mentioned that, and I was like, that's pretty legit. And you could do the same for the All-Star Game. Make it East versus West again. And the team that wins gets larger or more numbered home games versus the other team. Versus the East. There are so many different ways that we could address this to make things better, but it just seems like they're not interested in the viewing factor for the fans, because I started the All-Star Game last night and there's just nothing that excited me. These guys just going down and scoring with no hands in their face, and there's no defense being played. And then you have guys like Jason Tatum put up 55 in an All-Star Game, which is cool. Congratulations to him, but where was the defense at? Guys shouldn't be out there scoring like that unless they were just actually getting buckets, because they don't put no clamps on him. Like, they was letting Steph Curry that 1 year shoot just for the fun of it because they wanted him to set that record. You can't tell me that they were actually guarding that man. There's no way in hell. But that's a short video, just me voicing my opinion on certain things about the All-Star Game that I think it can change, because at this point I know the viewership has got to be going down tremendously because there's just no drawing factor anymore. And it could be because guys are sitting out and missing 3/4 of the season and don't meet the requirements of being an all-star, like your Kawhi Leonards, your Anthony Davises, and your Paul Georges and Devin Bookers and those guys. Maybe that's the deal. Or maybe there's something else. I don't know. Let me know how you feel, what you would change about the All-Star Game. Leave a like, comment, subscribe, and don't forget, Game Media Mafia, forever and always. Peace.